Hello dear students, welcome to online study. So in previous two videos we have discussed lesson number 3 is from the storyteller written by R.K. Lakshman. So today we will try to complete this chapter and we will understand this chapter well. So we have to start from here. One morning when Mahendra was having breakfast, Iswaran asked, "Can I make something special for dinner tonight, sir? After all, today is an auspicious day. According to tradition, we prepare various delicious to feed the spirits of our ancestors today. Sir, auspicious. Auspicious means good. And here delicacies. Delicacies means tasty food. Spirits. Spirits means soul of the dead. Ancestors means elders of the family. So one morning, Mahendra was having his breakfast. Iswaran asked him if he could prepare a special meal for dinner as it was a good day. He added that on that day they prepared a special food for the souls of the dead elders of the family. That night, Mahendra enjoyed the most delicious dinner and complimented Iswaran on his culinary skills. He seemed very pleased but unexpectedly launched into a most garrulous account involving in supernatural. Culinary culinary means related to cooking. And here garish means something which is too colorful and fancy that is disliked. Supernatural means related to ghosts or spirits. Iswaran had preparing a delicious dinner and Mahendra praised his cooking skills. Iswaran was happy on being praised, but all of a sudden started narrating a detailed story relating to ghosts and supernatural powers which was disliked by Mahendra. You know, sir, this entire factory area we are occupying was once a burial ground. He started. Mahendra was jerked out of the pleasant river he had drifted into after the satisfying meal. I knew on the first day itself when I saw a human skull lying on the path. Even now I come across a number of skulls and bones. Iswaran continued. Reverie means a state of being pleasantly lost in one's thought or daydream. Reverie means, you can understand, means a daydream. Iswaran said to Mahendra that the site of the factory was earlier a place where the dead were buried. Mahendra jerked out of the pleasant thought after the testy meal. Iswaran continued that on the first day itself he had seen a human skull lying on the ground when he was returning after buying vegetables. Even later, he had come across a number of skulls and bones lying around the places. And here you can see that Iswaran is going, and this skull, human skull, and bones are lying on the path. He went on to narrate how he sometimes saw ghosts at night. I am not easily frightened by these things, sir. I am a brave fellow. But one horrible ghost of a woman which appears off and on at midnight during the full moon. It is an ugly creature with matted hair and shriveled face, like a skeleton holding a fetus in its arms. This shriveled means wrinkled and shrunken. Fetus means unborn baby. Iswaran added that sometimes he saw ghosts at night, although he was not scared of them, as he was a brave person. But once he saw a very horrible ghost of a woman. It appeared on a full moon night at 12 o'clock. It was very ugly, had matted hair, and a shrunken, withered face. It looked like a skeleton holding an unborn baby in its arms. Mahendra shivered at the description and interrupted rather sharply. You are crazy, Swaran. There are no such things as ghosts or spirits. It is all a figment of your imagination. Get your digestive system examined and maybe your head as well. You are talking nonsense. Figment. Figment means production. Mahendra disliked the story and interrupted sharply. He scolded Iswaran and said that he had gone mad. Mahendra said that ghosts did not exist. He added that it was Iswaran's imagination. He ordered Iswaran to get himself checked up, to get his digestive system and his brain examined as he was speaking nonsense. Actually, Mahend asked him to get his digestive system checked up because when a person is suffering from constipation, he gets nightmares and dreams of ghosts and supernatural powers. He left the room and retired for the night, expecting Iswaran to sulk for a couple of days. But the next morning he was surprised to find the cook as cheerful and talkative as ever. Sulk means sulk means be silent and bad tempered out of annoyance or disappointment. So here Mahendra had thought that Iswaran would remain quiet for a few days as he had scolded him the previous night. He was astonished to see a cheerful and talkative Iswaran the next morning. Okay. From that day on, Mahendra, for all his brave talk, went to bed with a certain unease. Every night he peered into the darkness outside through the window next to his bed, trying to make sure that there was no movement of dark shapes in the vicinity. But he could only see a sea of darkness with the twinkling lights of the factory miles away. This vicinity means nearby area. So Mahendra showed that he was very brave. But on the contrary, he was uneasy because of the story Iswaran had narrated. Every night before going to bed, he peeped out of the window next to his bed to assure himself that there was no ghost around. He did not see any ghost but only saw darkness and the twinkling lights of the factory. He had always liked to admire the milk white landscape on full moon nights. But after hearing Iswaran's story of the female ghost, he avoided looking out of his window altogether when the moon was full. So before listening to Insurance story, Mahendra liked watching the white colored landscape on a full moon night as Iswaran had told me that on a full moon night a female ghost haunted place. He stopped looking out on that night as he was afraid bumping into the ugly ghost. One night, one night Mahendra was woken up from his sleep by a low moan close to his window. At first, he put it down to a cat prowling around for mice, but the sound was too guttural for a cat. He resisted the curiosity to look out lest he should behold a sight which would stop his heart. But the wailing became louder and less feline. He could not resist the temptation any more. Lowering himself to the level of the window sill, he looked out at the white sheet of moonlight outside. There, not too far away, was a dark, cloudy form clutching a bundle. Mahendra broke into a cold sweat and fell back on the pillow, panting. As he gradually recovered from the ghastly experience, he began to reason with himself and finally concluded that it must have been some sort of auto suggestion, some trick that his subconscious had played on him. So here, moan means crying sound, and prowling means searching. Guttural means sound produced in the throat, harsh sounding, and wailing means crying sound. Feline, feline means relating to cats or other members of the cat family. Panting, panting means breathing heavily, and ghastly means causing horror or and fear. Auto suggestion, auto suggestion means subconscious adoption of an idea which one has originated oneself. So here one night, as Mahendra was asleep, he was awakened by the sound of someone crying. He thought that it could be a cat looking for mice and tried to go back to sleep. The sound became more harsh and seemed to be a human sound. Mahendra wanted to peep out of the window, but stopped himself as he was afraid that if he saw a ghost, he could even die. The crying sound became louder, and it did not appear to be the sound of a cat. Mahendra could not stop himself, and so he bent down and lifted his head slightly in order to peep out. In the white colored moonlight, Mahendra saw the ghost. It was holding a bundle in one hand. Mahendra panicked. He was breathing heavily and fell back on the bed. After some time, he recovered from the scary experience and thought that probably his subconscious mind was showing him the ghost as he had been thinking of it. He assured himself that actually there was no ghost and his mind was playing a trick on him. By the time he had got up in the morning, he had a bath and come out to have his breakfast. The horror of the previous night had faded from his memory. Iswaran greeted him at the door with his lunch packet and his bag. Just as Mahendra was stepping out, Iswaran grinned and said, "Sir, remember the other day when I was telling you about the female ghost with a fetus in its arms? You were so angry with me for for imagining things. Well, you saw her yourself last night. I came running hearing the sound of moaning that was coming from your room. Here, green. Green means smiled broadly. And yes, So by the time Mahendra woke up, took his bath, and came out for breakfast, he had forgotten the ghostly experience of the previous night. Iswaran greeted him, gave him his lunch and his bag. As Mahendra was about to leave, Iswaran smiled and said that the other day Mahendra had scolded him for discussing the ugly ghost, but last night Mahendra himself saw it. Iswaran had heard Mahendra's cries the previous night. A chill went down Mahen's spine. He did not wait for Iswaran to complete his sentence. He hurried away to his office and handed in his papers, resolving to leave the haunted place the very next day. So, spine means backbone, and resolving means deciding. And this handed his papers, handed his papers means resigned. Okay. So Iswaran comment scared Mahendra once again. He did not hear him further and hurried off to his office. He decided to resign from the job and leave the haunted place. He could not live there any longer. So this was the explanation of the chapter number 3, Iswaran the storyteller. How was it? I hope you have enjoyed this story. So thank you so much.